Imagine a scattergun so lethal that entire nations had to outlaw its very existence. This absolute juggernaut lets you drop double lead with a single squeeze. Toggle between rapid fire and pump action instantly to sweep sectors like a professional operator. Forget hunting birds. These are straight-up engine blocks of destruction. Stick around to witness 7 tactical beasts that redefine what firepower truly means. These combat assets are your final shield when society starts tearing at the seams. Kicking off at 7, the Franchi Spas 12, a legendary combat veteran. Leading the pack is the SPAS 12, a staple of action flicks and elite loadouts. Don't mistake its Hollywood status for weakness. This steel is built for business. It's a multi-mode titan designed to break spirits and breach barricades. Italy forged this monster back in the late 1970s for maximum impact. Envision an elite strike team shredding through a cartel stronghold in the jungle, choking smoke, hinges snapping. Look at the heavy iron the point man is wielding. That mean-looking SPAS 12 is there to end the fight instantly. Back in 1985, Italian Shadows deployed this beast to save lives during a crisis. At the Rome terminal, one blast shredded the door, ending the threat immediately. This wasn't some prop. It was engineered for raw, close-quarters dominance and violent efficiency. This platform toggles between semi-auto heat and manual pump action whenever the mission dictates. Use pump mode for specialized breaching rounds when you need to kick doors. Go semi-auto to rain lead downrange. Check out these lethal specifications. It packs 12-gauge punch, 8 shells ready to rock, weighing 9 pounds of solid fury. It's a heavy-duty tank designed for punishment. Here's why survivalists swear by it. Total reliability meets raw fear. Just holding this thing wins half the battle. With that iconic folding stock and heat shield, it looks like pure mechanical aggression. It's built for the end of the world, though it isn't without flaws. Customizing it is tough, and finding extra components can be a real headache. Still, in a pro's grip, this urban slayer makes any home invader pray for mercy. Slotted at 6, the Genesis Gen 12, the AR-15's high-caliber nightmare. Meet the Gen 12. The steroid-injected cousin of the world's most popular rifle. Genesis Arms fused familiar rifle handling with the catastrophic power of 12-gauge slugs. The outcome? A tactical masterpiece that operates like silk while dealing out death. Picture a total blackout scenario. No backup, just your wits and your primary weapon. You breach the threshold and scan the sector, gripping your Gen 12 tight. It feels like your carbine, but each shot hits with the force of a locomotive. At a high-end Texas facility, operators put this beast through intense CQB stress tests. One tester claimed it handled exactly like his rifle, but the targets simply ceased to exist. That's the Gen 12's lethal edge, outperforming every other semi-auto in the field. This specialized rig was engineered for lockdown defense and high-stakes night ops. This semi-auto relies on quick-change mags, holding 5 to 10 heavy-duty shells. You can even slap on 20-round drums for absolute sector control. Since it shares an AR-10 base, transition time is 0 for experienced shooters. This platform defines modern modularity and ruthless tactical advantage. Tailor this rig to dominate any life-or-death situation you might encounter. It's the ultimate hybrid of shotgun brutality and modern combat rifle handling. Deck it out with glass, beams, grips, and even a silencer. This beast devours everything from light bird loads to heavy-duty doorbusters. What makes it a combat legend? It fuses professional-grade ergonomics with pure, unadulterated stopping power. This platform delivers blistering speed, massive volume, and total authority in one lethal package. Survivalists and tactical operators swear by it because it taps directly into your built-in muscle memory. If you are used to the AR platform, you will master this instantly, which is vital when there is zero margin for error. Sure, it carries a premium price tag, but when society fails and the predators come hunting, the Genesis 12 does not hesitate. It just dominates. Number 5. The Keltec KSG, the Compact Predator. This weapon looks like a prop from a high-budget sci-fi flick, and that futuristic vibe is exactly why people want it. But beneath that sleek frame lies a monster, one of the most high-capacity, short-frame shotguns ever built. It is a bullpup pump, keeping the profile tight. That compactness is king in close quarters, like your hallway at 2 in the morning when danger is lurking. The brilliance is in the engineering. Dual magazine tubes, each packing 7 shells of lead. That gives you 14 rounds ready to go, plus 1 more in the chamber. You can even mix your payloads. Stack buckshot in the left tube and slugs in the right, then swap between them with a flick of a switch. Empty, the KSG weighs about 6.9 pounds, and its total length is a mere 26 inches. It is built to navigate tight vehicles, narrow doorways, and cramped bunkers with ease. In a crisis, you cannot afford to be swinging a long-barreled goose gun. Why is this a war machine? It is the perfect trifecta of capacity, size, and control, packing the full punch of a 12-gauge. Preppers demand it because it is purely manual, rugged, and completely efficient. No electronics, no complex gas valves. Just pump it and send it. It loads and ejects straight out the bottom. That design makes it perfect for both lefties and righties, without catching hot brass in the teeth. It takes a little practice to reload quickly, and the controls have a specific learning curve. But once you have the hang of it, you are basically wielding a portable, handheld cannon. Number 4. The Saiga 12, otherwise known as the Russian sledgehammer. Get ready for absolute mayhem. Born in Russia and engineered from the legendary AK platform, this thing is built for war. The Saiga 12 is a semi-automatic shotgun that hits like a heavy-duty battle rifle. It feeds from box magazines and spits out 12-gauge shells as fast as you can pull the trigger. It ignores mud, rain, and sub-zero temperatures. Imagine the scenario. Post-collapse looters are storming a supply depot, and one shooter manages to hold the line for 30 minutes. That is the kind of overwhelming force you possess with a Saiga 12 and a stack of 10-round mags. Back in 2004, Russian OMON riot units used these to crush mass uprisings in Chechnya. With shields in the front and these monsters in the back, it was total tactical dominance. Detachable mags and drums, loaded with rubber rounds or lethal buckshot, the Saiga was the answer to every threat. It utilizes a gas piston action, identical to the legendary AK-47. That means it is battle-proven, field-tested, and built to cycle even under extreme pressure. Slugs, buckshot, or less lethal. It cycles whatever you shove into the magazine without a flinch. Tactical setups usually include folding stocks, optics rails, and high-capacity drum magazines. Those massive drums can hold up to 20 shells at once. Survivalists trust the Saiga for its grit. It brings that famous Kalashnikov reliability to the shotgun world. It is loud, mean, and rarely fails. It is the ultimate choice for home defense, riot suppression, or total societal collapse. One catch: genuine Russian models are getting harder to find, and prices are climbing fast. But if you secure a solid one and kit it out, you have a sledgehammer in a world full of scalpels. It is the definitive insurance policy for when the world goes to hell. Whether you go with the agile KSG or the heavy-hitting Saiga, your perimeter is secure. Pick your tool. Train until you cannot fail. Because when the smoke clears, the operator is what matters. Claiming number 3, FabArm STF-12, a surgical monster. Want a scattergun built by spec ops and rocket scientists? Witness the FabArm STF-12. Elite Italian styling meets raw combat utility in this modular pump-action frame. It's lethal as hell and looks just as sharp. Elite SWAT and military squads across the European continent swear by this rig. Swap out barrels, stocks, and kits to fit your specific mission. Run it snub-nosed for tight rooms or full length for crowd control duty. The secret? Bulletproof construction. Every component is rock solid, with a butter-smooth rack. Kickback is manageable. It's decked out with rails for your optics and beams. That choke setup lets you dial in your spread. Just picture gripping it. Feel that cold alloy, the snappy mechanics, and the sweet spot balance. It's a workhorse, period. Survivalists hunt for the STF-12 because it's indestructible, versatile, and runs forever. Zero batteries. Zero electronic tech. Raw mechanical perfection you can bet your life on every single year. Coming at 2. FNSLP. The ultimate semi-auto cruiser. Craving a lead spitter built for rapid-fire, zero-mercy tactical engagement? This self-loading law enforcement beast is your best friend. Birthed by FN Herstal, this 12-gauge semi-auto was engineered for war zones and police duty. During the 2005 Katrina disaster, NOLA cops used these to lock down streets during mass looting. Thanks to semi-auto grid and soft recoil tech, and that high-capacity magazine tube, It dumps lead, nailing follow-up shots while the city was burning down around them. Imagine the chaos, shattering glass and sirens wailing in the dark. You're holding the line at home, and every split second counts. Snap the SLP to your shoulder and rip 9 rounds before they blink. It runs a gas piston heart that eats the kick and keeps shells cycling flawlessly. From light birdshot to heavy-hitting magnum slugs, this thing eats absolutely everything. It sports ghost ring sights, a tank-like polymer stock, and is optic-ready. No bells and whistles needed. Just pure, unadulterated performance when things get ugly. Survivalists pick the SLP for its blistering speed and total reliability. It's the gun that never quits, regardless of the grime. Plus, finding spares is easy. Taking the crown at number 1, the DP-12 tank. Finally, the heavy hitter. This is what happens when engineers throw the entire rulebook away. The DP-12 is a double-barreled pump monster that double taps with every single pump. You heard right. One squeeze, bang. Another squeeze, bang. Rack it and go again. It packs 16 shells in twin tubes, plus 2 more. That's 18 rounds of fury before you even reload. Back in 2010, a Nevada rancher held off 3 thugs using this. 2 bangs from one rack dropped 2 threats instantly. The third guy vanished before he could pump again. Pure survivalist legend. It's so intimidating that nobody stuck around. This is the absolute definition of overkill. Sometimes overkill is exactly what you need. Surprisingly, it handles like a dream despite the bulk. The weight actually kills the recoil. It's forged from aircraft-grade alloy and reinforced polymer, tough enough to smash through walls. Preppers crave the DP-12 because it brings max devastation without drama. 0 gas, 0 failures. Just rack it, rip it, and repeat. Perfect for locking down your perimeter or dropping the hammer on intruders. How do they rank? If you crave AR platform familiarity, seize the Gen 12. Want absolute magazine-fed carnage? The Saiga 12 brings total destruction. The SPAS-12 dominates the fear factor with lethal semi-pump flexibility. Both the KSG and DP-12 pack massive, fight-ending shell capacities. The KSG stays tight and fast. The FabArm STF-12 defines modular dominance. It offers bulletproof pump reliability, while the FNSLP is pure semi-auto speed. Choose your role. For street warfare, the KSG or FNSLP rule. Defending the ranch? Deploy the Saiga 12 or the heavy-hitting DP-12. Train like elite operators with the Gen 12 or rock the iconic SPAS. Any flaws? The SPAS is massive, and the DP-12 shreds untrained shooters. Saigas vary, but these war machines stay lethal, rugged, and combat-ready. Sound off below. Which steel are you grabbing when the world burns? Post your kit. Let us talk tactics and loadouts in the thread. 0 second chances in the meat grinder. Choose your iron with intent. Sub now for elite gear intel and brutal tactical breakdowns. Get hard-won survival truth here. Stay lethal. Stay ready. Stay dangerous.